This is Ocean's Moonlit Pathways, and I'm Miss MJ XOXO. Here is my disclaimer. These readings are conducted for insight purposes only. Everything I say is alleged. Even if you see death in my readings, continue to hold out hope for the missing person's safe return home alive, as you never truly know with tarot. You never know. All individuals discussed are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. My readings are not intended to solve or definitively interpret cases, but rather to explore small clues and gain alternative perspectives for contemplation. Please note that the nature of some of these readings may be sensitive and could be triggering to some individuals. The cards are already shuffled. I asked the questions, so let's see what cards I pulled. Let's see what we see. He could be close to home. So if he's traveling, wherever he's staying, he could be close to the home that he's staying in. I see pill popper. He could crush and snort pills. This is all ledge. He probably was contemplating about something. He could be in a wooded area. Namaste. Maybe he's into meditation, feeling zen. He needed relaxation. He could be hidden in plain sight. So maybe they're looking somewhere and kind of overlooking him, like they can't, like he's right there, but they haven't seen him. He could be feeling devastated. This could also be the energy around the people he was with who's looking for him and saying that he's missing. God bless, God forbid, he could have crossed over. He could be near a coastal area, Gulf Coast, like he could be near a coastal area. He could have received a late night phone call, or someone will receive a late night phone call about his whereabouts. A scent dog could possibly track down a scent connected to him. I'm seeing a crime scene, fake friends. Somebody doesn't give a F about what anybody has to say. And someone could receive bad news. He could receive bad news. His family, God forbid, could receive bad news about his whereabouts. He could be in an arid landscape, a deserted area. The case may see a breakthrough. A camper RV. There could be some connection to a camper or RV. He could be in a camping area or area where people could camp. Or maybe he's somebody that likes to go camping. He could own a camper or RV. There's an upheaval, but no one is at fault. And the end. This could have been an accidental disappearance. Maybe he got lost or injured in the wilderness. He could be in the wilderness. Let's see. He could be in a desolate area. Someone could have tried to silence him, or it's just a very quiet area. The trip that he was on, maybe it was really good, but it's no longer fun, or life is just no longer fun. He could feel abandoned and lost. He could be dealing with a medical emergency. Maybe he feels helpless. He needs help urgently. Time could be running out. He could be dealing with some type of health issues. God forbid, he could have crossed over to the afterlife, transition. It could be death, again, the end. Look, the grieving process. People could be in mourning. They could suffer a loss. He could have needed time for solitude, and he could have felt some deep pain from things that he lost in his life, or God forbid, his family could deal with deep pain from his loss. He disappeared, right? He could have fled. He could be dealing with some type of emotional disturbance is the energy I'm receiving. There's going to be some type of evidence or video proof. He could have taken a social media detox. Maybe he did a digital detox and disconnected from social media. He could have restarted his phone, did a factory reset. He could have factory reset his phone to hide some type of incriminating evidence or something. He disconnected from society, from social media. He could have taken a break, gone on a hiatus. He could be deleting images and text messages, incriminating images and text messages, inappropriate text messages and images from his phone. He could have been dealing with loneliness. I got depression a lot in this reading. So, and he was beginning to withdraw. He started to withdraw. And there could be some evil spirits, energy, monstrous. His soul could have felt damned. Maybe he received some threats. He could have threatened someone. He could have felt intimidated by someone, or someone could have been intimidating him. But he could have been in fear, or he could be in fear. Identity theft came up a lot. Fraud. So there's some type of fraud, deception involved. Someone could have stolen his identity, or he could have stolen someone's identity. Someone could be using fake images on social media to lure victims. And I saw that actually with catfishing. I saw that on another card. And he's someone who's not who he posed to be. So he could be living a lie or presenting himself in a certain way that he's actually not. And he probably just wanted to run away. He wanted to escape. He needed some form of independence. He could feel like a fugitive. I don't know if he was sailing. He could sail. He could smoke pipes. I don't know. I don't know him. He could be someone who eats for strength and growth. He could be someone who is very courageous and brave. He could be loyal. Maybe he was skinny. He could have dealt with weight struggles, or he could help people deal with weight struggles. But he wanted someone to F off. He was trying to shoo someone away. He wanted people to leave him alone. I think we've seen that. He was trying to walk away from toxicity, and something came to an abrupt end. Look, ends, new beginnings. He could have been dealing with a breakup or divorce. He could have been going through a rebirth. Someone could receive some type of death sentence, or he felt like he was experiencing like a death sentence, death rituals, and someone could have cursed him, or he could have felt cursed. But he was also exhausted. He felt collapsed. Maybe while he was out, wherever he was, he collapsed. He could have fainted. He may have needed rest and recovery. He was overwhelmed, overworked. He was really stressed out and close to his breaking point. He could have had an argument or a disagreement with someone, points and fingers. I'm getting the energy of like a spouse, a wife, or a girlfriend. Points and fingers, people placing blame on each other and passing judgment. And this guy, I see a lot of mental health issues in this reading. He could have been dealing with depression. There could be some forms of grief. He could have been in poor health, especially if he's in like a really hot place. Maybe it impacted his health. He could have felt physically weak and unmotivated. And I know, from what I understand, he's somebody that deals with nutrition, and eating food. So he could be someone who is vegan, plant-based, vegetarian. He could be a nutritionist, or he could teach people how to eat healthier. He could have left someone hanging, or he was left hanging with no closure, no contact. Someone was left on red. He could have said goodbye to someone. So he said goodbye and left someone hanging. So once he said goodbye, they didn't hear from him again, is the energy I'm receiving. They didn't get any closure. They can't reach him. And they probably tried to text him or send him messages or call him, but he didn't answer any calls or texts. I really feel like he was dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and I feel like if he has a partner or a wife, his family, they could be dealing with anxiety and decisions. But I really felt like he felt he was under pressure. He was dealing with anxiety. There were some decisions that he needed to make, and he felt like his time was running out. Or while he's being missing, maybe his time was running out to help him and save him. He was fed up. I really feel like he was going through a lot of financial issues, emotional turbulence is the energy I'm receiving, and he just was fed up at his breaking point. Breakdown. He had a mental breakdown. God bless. There's some type of firestorm. He was dealing with karma. There was a lot of drama. We seen the arguments, a lot of drama surrounding him, endings, loss, and he could have dealt with a mental breakdown. This is about like fame, so I guess he was famous because he was on TV. He could have been somebody that was a heavy drinker. This is all alleged. I don't know for sure, but that's what the card represents. So I'm just saying it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he did deal with alcohol abuse. There could have been a pregnancy somewhere involved in this situation. Something with a marriage, celebrations. So he could have been celebrating something. This has to do with like financial issues. Like he could have been penny pinching, or he could be someone who's cheap. He could be dealing with a jealous, clingy lover, or he could be the jealous, clingy lover. And I kept getting this a lot in the pre-pulls, the hangman. And I take this in a literal sense. I feel like he could possibly be hanging somewhere. Like he could possibly have sacrificed himself. But this is about sacrifices, stagnation, things moving slowly. With the death card, that's like an end. So there's some type of rebirth. There's some type of ending. He could be in an arid landscape, a deserted, arid type of landscape. He could be like, I don't know if it would be connected, that he could be an arid landscape that's deserted, but also like there could be trees or like a wooded area where people go camping and stuff like that. But this also has to do with the arguments and disagreements. And I get the energy of him running away, like you're on your bike trying to like follow this path to get away from all the drama. With the Four of Sticks, that's like the Four of Wands. So once again, that's like celebrations, marriage. I really feel like he could have been dealing with issues in his marriage. I don't want to say too much because I've seen a lot of crazy things, but it's not for me to expose people. If you have a secret life and you're going through a lot in your life, I don't want to do this to expose anyone. I'm really doing this to try to help find a missing person. But this has to do with celebrations, marriage, community. Someone could have been pregnant for him. This is also about unconditional love. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is anxiety. So he could have been dealing with a lot of mental health issues. He could have been struggling with anxiety. He could have been losing sleep. Just not knowing what to expect the next day. And I feel like he was at his breaking point. He hit a limit. He was at his final straw. He just felt really overwhelmed. I feel like he was really going through a lot. Missing you, let's talk reunion. This could be between him and his wife or lover. Look, y'all, he felt hopeless. He could have been dealing with depression. Once again, loss. He could have lost a lot of things. Finances, a job maybe. He could have committed the S word. He just felt hopeless. Once again, exhausted. He was burnt out. He felt overburdened. He felt empty. And somebody wanted him to slow down. He needed to slow down. He needed to take some time for himself and get out in nature. So maybe that's what the walk that he took represented. He needed to get out and smell the roses. I see new beginnings, a new lease on life, change for the better, free from a toxic connection, end of a painful cycle. And when I normally see this, it often suggests that people have crossed over. So whatever they were worried about, stressing about, they don't have to worry about it anymore because they're in a better place. Let's hope that's not the case. And once again, feeling hopeless. I really get the energy of the S word. Feeling like nothing good is coming, ready to give up, no chance things will get better, financial ruin. So he could have been dealing with financial issues. He could have felt like he had a lot of bad luck. He was on a losing streak, and he was just in fear of the unknown. What was next? He wasn't sure what was next for his life. I honestly don't feel like the M word is involved in this situation, but look, I'm not innocent but not fully guilty. So I feel like he was involved in a lot of funny business. Based on the cards that I pulled, he has a dark secret life. I'm not going to expose him, but very dark, and a life that he is keeping a secret. He could possibly be in water. And once again, close to home. So he could actually be close to wherever he's staying. Like if he's staying at a resort or an Airbnb or whatever, he could be close to home. He could have been someone who does dirt close to home. He could still be in a neighborhood. He could be not far from home. He could be in close proximity, or he could be close to passing away and ascending to heaven wherever he is. And I get the energy of outdoors, backcountry campsites. So he could be, like I said, outdoors again, camping type of area, maybe a forest or a wooded area, but also I get the energy of like an arid, desolate landscape. He could have been backdoored. Somebody could have tried to set him up. A family or friend or someone who was close to him could have tried to set him up in some type of way. Maybe even a couple was trying to work together to set him up. I'm getting the energy of like extortion. He had fake friends in his circle, friends that are really enemies. They talk about you behind your back. They're plotting to hurt you. They want to set you up. They tell people your business. They don't truly like you. He had frenemies. So it's some fake friends in his circle, and I'm really getting the energy of someone who was trying to extort him. I get that energy. He was backstabbed and betrayed by a friend, someone who's a wolf in sheep's clothing. They talk badly, once again, about him behind his back. They act like a friend, but they're an enemy in secret, and they tell his business. And he was feeling the S word. Self-harm, S word thoughts. He had those thoughts. He could have had an S word attempt. He's feeling hopeless with no reason to live. I really feel like he had a very dark, from what I've seen, very, very dark energy, very dark lifestyle, secret lifestyle, into like nasty things that are completely inappropriate and against the law. And I feel like he could have been about to be exposed. I feel like somebody probably was trying to set him up, and I feel like he wanted to escape that. Like maybe you know the shit is about to hit the fan and you just try to get away with it. But look, death, injury on vacation. So I get the energy of an excursion going wrong. So he could have gone on an excursion and things just took a left turn. And look, the M word. So he could have been M word, family found dead, and a parent M word. But with all the mental health stuff, I get the strong energy that this is a S word situation. I see a lot of depression, a lot of sadness. So I really get the strongest energy that the S word is involved in this situation. He could have been fired from a job. Him and his wife could have been going through a breakup or a divorce or something like that. Things that may have not been exposed in the media. Maybe he had a television show or something that was canceled. He could be in like a mountainous region. Maybe he was climbing a mountain or going hiking. He could have fallen off a cliff, jumped off a cliff, was pushed over a cliff. Something fake. Fake news. Fake the death, fake the kidnapping, fake the crime, fake the tragedy, lie for clout and attention. So there's something fake about his disappearance. Somebody could have spotted him. Maybe a witness saw him or he'll be found seeing a celebrity out and about like a regular person. So he is a celebrity. So he could have been shopping somewhere and someone saw him, or just walking in the street and someone saw him. Like if he's famous, somebody just saw him as like a regular person casually strolling down the street. He could be found soon, hopefully. And he's someone who has the ability to stand out in a crowd. And he could have been dealing with financial disputes. He could have been short on funds. He probably was desperate for money, or someone around him was desperate for money. And like I said, with the extortion, tried to set him up. He probably had some unpaid debts. His money could have been short because of missing products. I don't know what that could mean. You know, people have secret lives. He could have been on a long road trip, a long journey for fun. He was just simply enjoying the outdoors, nature, and travel. He's somebody that's been excited about life and traveling the world. And he doesn't want anybody to worry about him. I just want to experience life and travel the world. And somebody's lying about something. He could be a liar. He could be deceitful, but there's also someone in his circle that is lying about something. And look, the S word attempt. So I really get the strong energy because I've never seen the S word so much in a reading. I get the energy. Like when we did the Micah Miller, I don't feel like she committed S word, you know. But in this, I get strong S word energy. Despite seeing the M word, I really get the strongest level of S word energy. And faking the illness. You know, I heard that he was out with his family or friends or something like that, and he said he wasn't feeling well. So maybe that's the illness that he could have been faking. Maybe he really was not feeling ill and just told people that to get away from the group. With this is like... yeah, I saw this a lot too. Somebody tried to silence him, or he's trying to silence someone. Someone felt stuck, backed into a corner. I feel like somebody was trying to beg for money. They wanted him to pay them off for something to keep quiet. I get the strong energies of extortion, like give me money and I won't say anything. He could have been paying someone to stay silent, and maybe that's even like a female. Maybe he had an inappropriate relationship with somebody who was younger than him, and she could have possibly gotten pregnant for him, and he was giving her money to stay silent is the energy I'm receiving. This has to do with love, affairs, a business partnership possibly, but even choosing between lovers, landing on top of this woman. So choosing between lovers. So there could have been some type of infidelity, affair, cheating. Three of Wands is foresight, so he has the ability to see in the future. This is also travel related. Somebody had to be strong. I also get the energy of a sacrificial lamb needing strength. I get passionate sex energy also in this. There's a female energy, a Queen of Cups, a mother. So I also get the energy of pregnancy, but also a kind, compassionate, loving female energy. This could even be his wife if he's married. And her, I feel like she has an inner knowing. Like she's very spiritual, she's intuitive, and I get the energy that she knew a lot of the stuff that was going on in the background, paying people off. Like she had an inner knowing of a lot of nonsense that was taking place surrounding her husband. And I get the energy of her having clarity, her having a breakthrough, finding out the truth about something that her husband could have been doing, or something that her husband was involved in. Cheating, infidelity, affair, trickery, lies, deceit, things coming to the surface. hidden secrets coming to the surface, somebody snitching, somebody's ready to talk and snitch, thievery, stealing. I saw identity theft a lot too. This gives me the S word energy. Like, his head is messed up. Look at this person. Look how he's holding his head. And I get, like, you know, when you have that devil on your shoulder telling you to do something dumb. And look, this gives me ascension energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? God forbid. This is all alleged. I don't know. I'm just going based on the cards. What I'm saying doesn't have to be fact. When the news comes out, we'll see what really happened to him. But I get the energy of the S word. His head just being messed up. He was deep in his head, and he had like a negative entity speaking to him and telling him to do dumb stuff. And I feel like he probably ended it all and ascended. God bless. This is like depression to me again. He could have been dealing with financial issues, facing a divorce or some type of breakup, even losing a home or something of that nature, but just feeling defeated. This gives me ascension energy, but this is also a pregnancy card. Awakening. I'm also getting somebody having an awakening, some type of spiritual awakening. Sadness, loss, grief, regrets, feeling regretful about something or someone. Just look at the ascension again, and look how they look so similar. Ascension, being judged, people pointing fingers at each other, apportioning blame. Karmic retribution, backstabbing, betrayal, the end, an end, a curse, a hex, the end. And it could also be just the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'm praying for his family, and I hope that he's found alive. God bless everyone. Happy healing. Take care.